Yeah, hi everyone. So I would really thank you for your patience till now, and I would appreciate to have the same patience for the next 15 to 20 minutes. We'll try to make it very quick and simple and wrap it up. So bear with us. So as everyone knows, and people who have joined newly to Sprightly also, uh, Sprightly has been engaging itself with the various digital healthcare projects, which are very massive and interesting, and we are successful also in that. So, what is that? We have decided to come out as a new branch from the Sprightly's tree, and yes, we have landed here as health engineers. So, we have a dedicated team of members and expertise, and we have a dedicated website, domain name, and all the other stuffs for health engineers. And yeah, as mentioned in the PPT, this is the new unit of Sprightly Software. So, one minute. Yeah. So the agenda of this presentation will be first, as usual, introduction, introducing us, who we are, what we do. Next would be our mission and vision statement, and I would be introducing our team members to you. And next would be discussing about the scope of our services and how we project sales, and explain about our healthcare projects and the upcoming projects we are going to do. And lastly would be I would give you an overview of the logo and website and other social media handles that we have. Over to you, Suren.
Thank you, Vashni. And okay, a quick introduction about our healthcare journey and where we are now. So during 2014, we started taking healthcare projects, and even before that, we were doing very small projects. But now we became a full-fledged digital healthcare IT company. It's because we have been doing a lot of good projects in healthcare domain, and recently we have been closely working and associated with many research units as well. And the decision was taken in the last year, like 2020, and from then we started focusing and we started making contributions towards healthcare, open sources, and new technology related to healthcare and things like that. And we have been working with best minds in the world, we could say, because the projects that we are working, that has not been in the industry, and we are the first one who is working on such projects. You could take Living Matrix, and recently Living Matrix, in the last year, it was acquired by Nestle Health Science. Many of you would have heard the product name Nestle. So Nestle Health Science acquired Living Matrix, and we have been working with um, SMEs, top-notch people from healthcare domain, and things like that. And the lot of things we are working on R&D, and I mean the research thing in the healthcare area. We have been working with Stanford research doctors directly. You can talk to some of our people like Sweta, Deepak, who have been working, talking to the actual research doctors, understanding their the requirements, how it works, what is the kind of information the research team is collecting, and all these stuff. And we have been using in the outside world, you can hear many in the website saying we do machine learning, and we are giving a solution and things like that. But we are actually doing it. We have been doing it for many such projects like Phrase, and also in Living Matrix we have been using a lot of upcoming existing tools which is in the market, but not been extensively used by the technology people. But we are using it, exploring them, and identifying a lot of new things, and taking it to the actual the users, the doctors and the patients. And so that is the reason we did not stop. We wanted to reinvent ourselves, and that is when we come up with the new health engineers, and it's a new path. Yeah, Vashni, next slide please. And this is our mission. I don't want to read this. Okay, so we wanted to give uh, a good solution which can be used by the healthcare industry, both doctors, patients. In your day-to-day life, we are also visiting hospitals and things like that. So we wanted to build such good products, quality products to the healthcare domain. And our vision is to be an expertise working in latest trends, and working along with SMEs, doctors, research people, and innovate a lot of new things and being part of such products. So that is our vision.
Okay, let me just introduce to our team expertise. Uh, yeah, so we have Balaji D. Loganathan sir, our co-founder and managing director of Health Engineers. Next, we have Surendran S., the Chief Technical Officer, CTO of Healthcare Engineers. And to say about his achievements, he has 8+ years of experience in the healthcare IT industry, and he has worked with many renowned personalities and delegates of various healthcare research universities and enterprises. And he has given the major contribution to the Stanford projects. And we have Prabhu M., our technical project manager and sales operation manager of Health Engineers. So, to say about Prabhu, he has 13 years of experiences in IT and ITES sales. So, he has a very good spec in business analyst and as well as project management. So, he has completely devoted his last 3 years of working experience in digital healthcare services. So, he has worked with many programs of the Stanford groups like Cardinal Kid, Bio Design Community, and various other projects. And also, he has worked with the National University of Singapore for various digital healthcare research projects. And we have Vashni Saktivel, the business analyst, which is myself. So I am a biomedical engineering student. So my background is biomedical engineering and as well as electronics and instrumentation engineering. So I have work experience in Spritle close to 1 year, and I have worked in the business aspects of various digital healthcare projects and other projects also. So, for example, say I have worked for the Stanford research centers, and one is the Stanford Heart Association for a project called Hypertension Management. Next, we have Deepak J. Prasad, our digital marketing associate. So, he's an MBA student from NIT Trichy. So, his roles and responsibilities are basically approaching social media marketing and other digital marketing companies for vendor onboardings. So, he is actually currently in talk with the top DM companies like Benfi, AdWords, PPC Expert, and White Digital, etc. And finally, we have Pradeep Kumar, our enterprise sales associate. So he is also an MBA student from NIT Trichy, and his roles and responsibilities would be doing market research on digital healthcare enterprises and generating, validating, qualifying, and maturing all those leads that he has generated. And he is work currently researching on top companies like Novartis and Medtronics, etc. Over to you, Surin.
So the scope of our work, we have been developing web and mobile applications, and especially in the tech, we wanted to do with AML, and recently we have been working with a project called Phrase, wherein we used NLP, and and we are also doing some data science, machine learning, and cloud computing and IoT related stuff as well. So these are the scope of the kind of services that we work, but we are also open to new technologies and new services, and we are already into web and mobile applications. So I don't want to stress it out, but this is our scope of work currently. I'll be explaining further when we go to inside the projects. I wanted to explain little more about some of the recent challenging and interesting projects that I have been working.
Yes. Over to you, Prabhu.
Right. So, coming to the sales projections, we have decided the targeted location to be United States, and for the last couple of years, we see that from 2016 to 18, the digital healthcare industry was been having a very slow growth, and from 2018 and the projection till 2029, the projection says it's going to be a 30 to 40% of growth going to happen every year. And we also understand that where does this project come from, who's going to be a target audience, and we had a very brainstorming session the last couple of months, and we concluded that life science research institutes like Stanford University, Harvard universities, or Yale universities are one of our target audience in US, because those universities are coming up with the latest niche technologies, and top neurosurgeons and brain neurosurgeons and tumor agents are working on these projects, which is giving us a huge opportunity to be on top of the world technologies and the niche technologies. So the second part would be like we're also in the last few years, Spritely has been very successful working with funded startup companies like Living Matrix, Nestle, or Roche, if you take an example. So we are also concentrated and looking forward to work along with funded startup companies that are funded in digital healthcare industries. Apart from that, we're also working along with trying to achieve or become a vendor of a lot of enterprise companies like Roche or Zipla or Novartis. These are the few companies we're currently working with, and we're working on the vendor onboarding procedures. Hopefully, we will be there. And as you see in the screen, that is a target ratio that we're planning for. And hopefully, as a team, we would be able to achieve that number. Over to you, Ashli.
Over to you,
Thank
Suren.
Thank you, Prabhu. So most of you know we have been working with Living Matrix for close to 7 to 8 years, and then Phrase, which is which deals with NLP, capturing the the patient doctor conversation and give some insights about it. And the next project is Mindful, which helps the patients or the users to uh, identify and play the heartbeat and things like that. It's connected to the iWatch, and it monitors the heartbeat and respiratory rate and helps the users to play certain music in the mobile phone and help them. Yeah. And the next one is the Stanford projects. So these are the research projects that we are recently working. A Cardinal Kit is one unit in Stanford, which is part of a biodesign team. This where most of I mean many of our people who's contributing in this open source repository. With this open source repository is being used by many research doctors in and around Stanford, and which help them to build things quickly, do some research and things like that. So we have been part of the Cardinal Kit research team, and we have been contributing to this project for the past 1 year. And the next project is Nemo Track. Again, it is part of the Stanford team. It's a research team in from Stanford. Two doctors. We have been working with them. Heart rate and respiratory rate. We use watches and many smartwatches and wearable devices to you know uh, to track our heart rate and respiratory rate, right? But this one making use of some of the sensor that is available in the iPhone, like gyroscope meter, accelerometer. So using these things, they did some research, and we helped them to making use of these sensors with the algorithm. We will be able to generate heart rate and respiratory rate. So we did some research and we did some POC, and then we got this project, and now it's in almost a release state. We have submitted it to the Apple Store, and it is going to release very soon. And then comes a brain game, again a very interesting project which also involves the IoT, a device which already Bala said the kids used to wear it in their head, and then there is something called EEG, a race which it gets emitted in the brain, and these waves has been monitored, tracked, and transferred to the phone and then to the cloud, and they play some games. So we are working closely with the a doctor from Stanford University, and then we understand the requirement, and then slowly we are building the screens, a game which the kids could play, and then that's when the brain actually reacts, and we capture different parameters of the of during that time, like when they play, we capture the movement, the brain, and then the how fast they answer to a game and things like that, and then give the data to the research unit by which they conduct some research and all these stuff. And this is an ongoing project that Shweta, Deepak, Varun, and some of other team members are working on in the development perspective, and Prabhakar has been helping. So you can talk to them if you are interested and wanted to know more about these kind of research projects. And Nestle Health Science, we have been building a product in understanding the genomic data. I mean, uh, most of us would have heard about genes, right? So the genetic information for every human being. So we collect the genetic information as data in a format, in a readable format, or the machine readable format, and then along with the genetic information, we along with other informations like their laboratory information, and the issues they face and the medications they take. So based on all these different parameters, we actually suggest them certain supplements which they could take. And you can contact our a team which is sub team of Living Matrix. Prabhu, Shiva, KB, Shiva Ganeshan. It's a big team. So Rashid, if I'm missing some names, please you know excuse me. So you can talk to these people to understand what we do. So we have been working closely with the doctors whom most of Priya, who is the product owner of Living Matrix, and there are few more doctors who are associated with her to to help us and how to take it into the system and get it out. So we have been working with a lot of new technologies like Amazon Comprehend, which helps us to extract some of the medical information from the lab files and things like that. So we've been working with a lot of challenging and latest technologies and things like that. And Dr. DB, it's a Malaysian project that we have worked sometimes back. And Health Plotter, it's an insurance project platform for the employers. So these are the different challenging projects that we have been currently working, and there are a lot of projects in pipeline which we are in the bidding state. And as Mano said, there are some Singapore projects we have been working for hospitals and building the chatbot and things like that. So there are a lot of good challenging latest projects coming up, and we are building them.
Yes, thank you, Surin. Okay, as you all can see, this is the logo for our Health Engineers website. And let me just give a quick overview of the website actually. So this is the landing page. So you'll hit this page when you click the domain, and as you can see here, healthengr.io is our domain name, and our logo and color, all these stuffs. And when you scroll down, you can actually find our news transfer research projects. We have just given a heads up for people who actually don't know, and for new clients who visit our website. So just a few heads up, a few sentences about the brainwave pattern research that Balaji and Surin has been explaining in the heart respiration rate measurement, all those projects. And here we have our clients section. And as you scroll down, you can find the services that we offer, all those things. And yeah, the data exchange standards and the case study about the phrase project and all. And we have listed few of our massive applications, the main applications that we have done. So like living matrix, phrase, the heart rate measurement app, mindful, all those things. So let me just click living matrix and show you the navigation. Yeah. So when you click Living Matrix, you will be landing in this page where you will be getting the details about the Living Matrix, the technology stack, and what it includes, and the basic details of Living Matrix. And as you can scroll down, you will find all those things. The reason to work with us are about, and our location, communication stuff, our social media handles, all those things. Yeah. So for the time being, I'm stopping there. Yeah. So we have our social media handles also as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and everything. So let me just show you. So this is our Facebook account, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So, as Prabhu said, this is not a final stop, and we will keep improvising. So, your suggestions, feedbacks, opinions, ellame are open. So, you can ping me or Prabhu anytime. So, we'll be very quick to respond to all your feedbacks and suggestions. So, which will help us really improvise. Yes, so later I'll be pinging you all the social media handle links and our Sprightly Health Engineers website also. So please make sure you follow them. And yes, thank you so much. Suren, do you have any points to conclude, or else we can wrap up the presentation?
No, Ashni, thanks to the entire team. You worked really hard to get this presentation and website and other social media pages and all. So thank you, everyone. Vashni and the team.
Special
Prabhu
thanks to
was.
Mithun as well for supporting us in certain times. Thank you, Mithun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.